Hello and welcome back to Fishing Detroit. This is Tony and welcome to another edition of Fishing Detroit. This particular episode we're going to be talking about getting prepped for the upcoming season. I have my wonderful wife here with me today that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, but we're going to be talking a little bit about getting prepared for the season. Right now, in the Michigan, Detroit area, it's quite cold, but we don't have a lot of snow, just a little bit. And then it hasn't really gotten that cold where the water has frozen over, so it's not a lot of ice fishing going on except in certain areas. Right into the small Detroit area, it's not a lot of frozen ice where you can get out and do any ice fishing. So that's not something that we want to do, but we're just getting prepared and getting a few things ready, and just going to talk a little bit about one of the things that we're going to be doing and getting ready for the season. And this is a great time to get out and find some great deals and some great bargains. So my wife and I were out a couple of days ago just looking around and just seeing what we could find. Of course, we have enough equipment. We got more than what we need, but whenever we get a chance, we just try to get out and try to find some different things. So Barbara, tell us a little bit about what you're getting ready for and what you're getting prepared for the upcoming season.
I'm looking forward to using more baits. I progressed from 2 the very first year to about 5 different ones. 5 different baits, 5 different rods. I asked you to give me another rod so I could put a new bait on there. I'm going to try using a jig more. I briefly used one, but I really wasn't into that. It's usually the spinner bait and the crank baits are my favorite. I got into last year the wacky worm and the buzz baits, so now I want to add a jig and maybe down the line some other ones too. Maybe a chatterbait. We'll see what we can come up with. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using more baits this upcoming season.
Okay, yeah, one of the things I know is that, we laugh and joke about this all the time about, why anglers have so many fishing rods out at one time and everything. And more as we do this, she's starting to really understand the concept behind that. So, of course, we talked about it before where she started out with just one, and now she's moved up to, she's working on number 6 to start out this season. So that number 6, what do you have on that one that you're going to be working with?
I have a jig on there and a trailer. I think, is it a rage crawl?
Rage crawl,
yeah.
Something similar to that.
Yeah, something similar to that on that one. So that will be the new one that I'll be working with. And I'm just also looking forward to fishing some other areas that we normally fish. I mean, obviously we don't have a boat, so we fish from the bank. And Belle Isle is one of the major places that we fish because they have a lot of different areas there. But there were some areas that were closed, and hopefully they'll be opening up. So I'll be looking forward to trying some new areas with these new baits.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we do fish a lot on the island because it does have a lot of different spots. And I think because we found out a lot this past year about a lot of things that were going on the island. The water level got quite low at one time, and we were trying to figure out what happened. And turns out they had the DNR had put a dam out there, and they were working on a lot of things. So now they're able to control the water level on the island a lot more. So I'm hoping that they'll give us a lot more options as far as places that we can fish at. And they've also opened up the complete island where they had it blocked off doing a lot of construction work, so that'll give us a chance to try some inlet areas and try some things out there too. So we're really looking forward to getting out there and trying some of that. Probably, upcoming is the free fishing weekend, which they have two weekends that they do that. One is usually in February, which I don't understand really why they do it so early, especially in the Michigan area. I think they should change it to maybe April, because the other one that they do is in June. If they changed it to April, I think it would give us a lot more opportunity to get more people out to fish and give us a chance to show others how to get out and get started with the fun of fishing. It's a lot of fun if we can get kids out during that time. I think it'll make a big difference, and it gives us an opportunity to really practice and work on different things and some of the stuff that you were talking about that you want to do as far as trying the inlet areas.
Right. And I hope to continue to improve my casting. I think I did that a little bit, certainly from the very first year. One of the other places that we fish is St. Aubin, um, down by the lighthouse also. And the reason why I want to improve my casting is some of these areas have trees.
Right.
So I have got my lure caught in a tree going back and casting a little bit too high. So I've gotten better, but I want to continue to improve though. Although if I catch a fish on a bad cast, then it wasn't a bad cast.
And I think, and that's the fun of it. There's always a chance for a mistake. That's part of fishing. You go out to try to catch fish, to try to have a lot of fun. There's no guarantee that you're going to catch anything, but it's just, excuse me, it's just a lot of fun getting out there and just trying to see what you can do. We've talked about it before, where last season I really wanted to get you out there doing the silver bass run and really get you hooked on catching those silvers and how they work and everything. But it was a slow season once again, so we're hoping that this time around, late May, early June, they only run for about 3 or 4 weeks in the area, so we're going to try to get out there and try that this time. But one of the things, again, excuse me, that I want to talk about it is what we do during the off season, if you want to call it that. Get a chance to really do a little bit of shopping and try to find some things on sale. And one of the things that we do is try to find things like these baits and stuff. You can catch them on sale a lot of times. We were at Myers a couple of days ago, and we got the KVD 1.5. They're usually close to $8-9, and we got them on sale or clearance for less than $3.50. Got a couple of those, a couple of different colors, so you can't go wrong with those. We're always trying to find stuff on sale. The spinner baits and buzz baits, we get those a lot. Strike King, usually we catch those on sale. They're less than $2, $1.50. That's the buzz bait there, which is really great. Which we did a lot of work with that towards the end of the season. And her favorite, the good old spinner bait. They have different sizes and everything. We always catch those on sale as well. And I also caught a couple of the Booyah buzz baits as well. Those are great to use also. Put a trailer on them and they work really well. So we got a lot of things that we're going to be trying out, and just looking forward to getting out there and just having a lot of fun. Anything in particular that you want to work on this upcoming season?
Well, as I said, casting. And I started towards the end of the season, last season, to learn some things. Like I had never really used a buzzbait before. And I started using the buzzbait, and you were telling me how to raise the rod so that the buzzbait would come up, quicker. Because I noticed at first it wasn't really coming up till it was almost all the way reeled in. So little techniques like that. I know you have taught me with the crankbaits, how to move the rod a little bit to get a little bit more action. The same thing with the wacky worm. So those little techniques. I hope to learn some more. Hopefully catch more fish. And hopefully we'll get to go to. We didn't really. I think we went out once to Metro Park this past season, so hopefully we'll get out there a couple more times. Fortunately, in an unfortunate time, fishing is something you can still do with the virus. You can be socially distant.
Exactly.
It's not. I mean, it is sometimes difficult. Certain areas, like I know in the past we have fished at Mount Elliott Park for the silvers, and that's not a big area, so that might be a little bit difficult because in the past it wasn't a problem having several people out there. But in general, you can be socially distant and still have fun with fishing. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to doing more of. I can't wait.
Right. And that's one of the things, excuse me, that we do want to do. Sorry for clearing my throat so much. I don't know what's going on right now, but those are the things that happen when you're live on camera. You always got something that's going on. But again, this year, one of the things that we want to do is we really want to try to get some more kids involved and try to get them out there. So I've got a lot of equipment that I'm going to be giving away. I'm hoping that I can get 1 or 2 sponsors to try to help us get some more equipment so we can get some kids involved, and not just kids, but adults. If you've never fished and want to get out and try it, or if you fish a lot, want to come out and hang out with us, come on. We're looking forward to having you out there. We get out there bright and early. We got several different spots that we hit up. So, the island. We go to Lake St. Clair, several spots downtown Detroit, St. Aubin, where the boats dock at. We've got Mount Elliott, as you said, Metro Park. We've got a lot of different spots that we try to hit and try to catch fish at. So, and I think with me this year, I'm really looking forward to catching a lot more and some bigger fish. We really focus on. We have this little fun thing that we do. We focus on the bass, just like we're fishing the tournaments like the professional anglers do. So that's what we focus on a lot. In this area, we get a lot of largemouth bass. But I'm looking forward to trying to catch some much bigger pike this time around, and maybe a muskie or two, because we've caught those a couple of times, in that area over by St. Aubin.
Yes.
So, and that's where you caught your largest fish, not
Right.
just a bass, but your largest fish, the bowfin.
The bowfin. Didn't know what it was.
Right.
We had to Google, because DNR didn't really know for sure what it was. We had to Google it and figure out what it was. But it was a bowfin. It was the biggest one I caught. It was 6.26 pounds, 26 inches. So that was interesting, because it was really hard to get that, because we were fishing over the rail. There's a part there by the lighthouse, and so we know now to always bring our net. We had to depend on someone who was down there, one of the guys that is down there a lot, and he had his net, so that helped us get that up. But it was still fun, even though it was difficult. Didn't know what it was. And we do catch and release, so
Right,
we
exactly.
generally, on a rare occasion we will keep some bass, but not generally. We do catch and release, more for the sport of it and for the fun of it. So yeah, and we as Tony says, we think like the professional angler. So we think about the scoreable bass, which is a pound or more.
Right, right.
So that's what that's what we're trying to catch. I haven't caught too many scoreable bass. 2 my first year, 3 this year. So hopefully next year it'll be even more. But this year I caught my personal best of 2.51 pounds.
All right. And I think this year coming around, I want to, my biggest that I caught last year was close to 4. I think it was 389 or something like 379. So I'm looking forward to getting that 4-pound mark, and I know you're looking forward to catching something too a lot bigger. So, like I said, I think this time we have a little bit more idea of what we're looking for and what we're going to be trying to do. So we're working on several areas that we're going to be focusing on this time around.
Yes, that's right. And maybe with more baits I'll have more chance. We just need the fish to be out there. But I would like to catch something, really close to a 3-pound or over 3 pounds.
Right.
That would be really, really fun. And I realize how much I miss it. Not doing it.
And that's one little thing I want to add to this is, she can tell you that a lot of times people look at fishing as something being boring. And it can be if they're not biting. I think one of the things that I did with her is I started her out catching the big stuff first. And that probably was a mistake, so to speak. And, because I didn't show her how to fish for panfish like bluegill, perch, things like that. We went straight into the bass, and I think that's what she sort of got hooked on. And now at this point, that's what she loves to do. But one of the things again that I want to try to do is get kids out, because we want to get them out there when the silvers are running, because that gives them a chance to really catch something. So that's our goal, is to try to get people out there during that time, we can still do a little bit of social distancing and still try to catch something. So that's the main goal this time around, is to really get a lot more kids and adults involved in getting out there and just having fun fishing, and we're looking forward to doing that. There was 1 or 2 other things that I wanted to talk about real quick in this particular segment, and it's sort of slipping my mind. But is there anything in particular that you want to talk about as we wrap up this particular segment of Fishing Detroit and prepping for the season?
Well, I will say this. We did get a chance to take your grandkids out. and they caught some small ones, and it was fun for them because it was like, ooh, it's a big deal, whether it's a bluegill or a rock bass. So that was fun. So it would be nice if we could get more kids out, to enjoy it. And yes, it can be frustrating, especially for kids. Sometimes they're busy to not catch anything. But once they do, and once they see one of the adults catch,
Right.
it's really exciting. And I know I'm not big on taking things off the hook, fish off the hook when I catch it. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better with that. Also, I'm not great about putting worms on because we have fish with live worms, so there's a couple of things that I would like to improve on.
And we'll slowly get there. It takes time. Like I said, I think my mistake was, just jumping right in and taking her straight to the good stuff, using the artificial bait, spinning rods and reels instead of using a spin cast reel where you start out pretty much, if you're a small child or somebody starting out and don't know how to use a bait caster or a spinning reel, a bait cast is the way to get started. So, I jumped right in with her and we went straight into the good stuff. And I think that's what got her a little bit excited and got her really hooked on it and everything. And once she caught that first good one, it was a done deal.
Yeah, I'm really hooked, and it's funny how we like look at the weather in the morning as if the season was coming to an end, and it's like, oh, it's 39, we can bundle up, we're still good. So it'll probably be that way at the beginning of the next season. It's like, oh, it's gonna get up to 40 today. It's
right,
let's go out and fish. So yeah, I really miss it. It can be relaxing, it can be exciting, and it can be frustrating when you lose one. I have several places in my mind that still owe me a fish because I lost them.
So that's the thing. Never doubt that you may not enjoy fishing. I think when we first met and when she first started hanging out with me a little bit fishing, she would come out and just sit back and watch and read a book or the paper or something. And then when she finally got into it, she started getting the hang of it a little bit, and it got a little bit exciting to her. But when she first started and when she first started catching, that was the thing that sort of hooked her, per se, if you want to call it that. But she'll be one of the ones that would tell you, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot, and you never know what you'll get.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not sure I would have said a while ago that I would have enjoyed it, but I do, and the reason why I know I really enjoy it is because I'm missing it right now. It's really hard. It's 26 degrees outside, it's 32 degrees outside. Some of the areas are starting to ice over a little bit. We're not into ice fishing. I don't like being that cold, but for high 30s, low 40s, we can bundle up as long as the water is clear.
Right.
But yeah, I really enjoy it. I do, and I miss it.
It's great having you on again, and as right at the end of the segment, my phone goes off, so that was good timing, if you can say that. But thanks for watching this particular segment of Fishing Detroit. Bank fishing is what we do, catch and release. Again, we're trying to get a lot of kids out this time around and adults to come out. If you want to join us, come out. We're taping a lot of the segments that we do. We're showing you how to catch, what to do, what to use. We're giving away some equipment. So we're really getting ready for the upcoming season. So we'd love to have you come along. Continue, follow us along, subscribe, hit that like button. We're going to try to get as much stuff to you this time around as we can. And we're looking forward to a great season of Fishing Detroit. Stay tuned, and we'll talk to you again soon.